I had to jam out to Queen for just like a hot minute. What is up, my love bugs? My name is Sam and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little rainbow look that I've done before, and I'll insert a picture right here, or try to if future Sam editing knows how to do that. Of course I know how to do that. I'm not stupid. It's not rocket science. What? And I'm starting off barefaced because I've never really like showed my foundation routine, I don't think. At least. I've also never had my hair straight on my channel, so yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into this. I'm probably gonna be here a while, so I'm gonna put my hair up. Okay, so to prime my face today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I'm just gonna put that everywhere on my face. And then to put in my T-zone, I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Okay, for foundation today, I'm going to be using the W7 HD foundation in the shade Buff. Just take a couple pumps of that on the back of my hand. And I'm going to put it on with my Morphe sponge. You really don't have to do your whole face if you don't want to, just because you're only going to see the bottom half. But I think it gives a nice base for the rainbow colors. Now that I look very cakey and oily, I'm going to put on some concealer to make it look more cakey. For concealer today, I'm going to be using a mix of the Catrice Liquid Camouflage in the shade Porcelain 10, and then the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C3. Just applying these two in the areas I want to obviously conceal, but also highlight. And then blending that out with the same Morphe sponge. Now before that has a chance to crease, I'm going to go ahead and set it with my Airspun powder. I press the powder in with my Morphe sponge everywhere that we put the concealer just to press it in place and make sure it stays. Then I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics fluffy brush and dust some of that powder all over the rest of my face. Also wiping away the powder we put down before. Because we're not wanting to bake, we're just wanting to set. For the face, we're just going to go ahead and stop here, and next I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. So I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera just to save us some time and also save my battery a little bit. But I am just going to be using the NYX brow pencil in the shade Espresso. I'll be back with brows. Bam! I got brows. I'm never going to do that again. So to start off this look, I'm going to start with the red. I feel like that's the easiest way to start this out. So I'm going to take this little like angled brush, I guess, and dip into this shade here. It's called Cherry Soda from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I'm going to take a generous amount and just tap off the excess and start applying it in my nose region. So I'm going to start here on the tip of the nose and bring it out to where you would apply your blush. We're not blending anything yet, we're just placing the color down. Dip into that shadow more. And do the same thing on the other side. Just bring it down into your blush region. And I am going to take this color up my nose. You probably can't see that. I'm not good at explaining things. But I'm going to take this color up to my nose and stop right before you get to your eyebrows. I'm also going to bring this shade outwards here, like in the contour region. Basically just all across this part of my face. I'm going to stop this shade right before my under eye where you would place your concealer. Alright, so this is what the first color should look like so far. You basically look like you've been out in the sun too long and you left your sunglasses on. Next, I'm going to take this slanted eyeshadow brush and dip into that same shade and just go on the inner corner, not really strategically, just kind of messily place this shadow like so. Do the same thing to the other eye. And then without picking up any more product, we're just going to take that same brush and blend it upwards into the brow. So next we're going to move on to orange. For that, I'm going to use this bright orange shade in the Morphe 35B palette. Just on this brush, tap off the excess, and bring that color underneath your eyes. blending it into the red, kind of going up to your brows a little bit. We're going to take this shade all the way up into this red over here, just blending the two as you go. I know it looks really messy right now, but we'll fix it, I promise. And don't be afraid to have a heavy hand, like go into those shadows, girl. I'm going to take a more flat brush, go into that same orange shade, and really pack it on underneath the under eye. Making sure we keep these shadows blended together, I'm going to go back in with the red shade, just really lightly, and blend these two together. And I want mine to be really vibrant, so I'm just going to keep going in with this orange until I get the shade that I want. I'm going to go in with an even smaller packer brush, dipping into that orange shade, and really placing it underneath the eye. And also putting it on the eyelid, mixing it in with the red shade. I'm going to go back in with the red shade and place it on the inner corner just to darken it up. Keeping those colors nice and blended. Next we're going to go in with the yellow shade, and when I did this look at first I used so many yellows, and then I realized that I had this one in the Thirsty palette, which is called Quench. And I'm going to go in with it on just a angled brush, tap off the excess, and start placing it right under here. This yellow shade is really going to be focused basically on the places you would highlight normally. Your cheekbones, up here underneath your brow. This yellow shade is going to stop right about here, basically at the tail of your brow. So I'm going to take just this small brush from the It's My Ray Ray BH collection, and I'm going to place it on the very outer edge of my eye, and then just so it connects with the places we put it before. Doing the same thing on the other eye. And we're going to have to go back in with the orange and red shade to brighten them up. But right now we're just basically putting the base down. I look crazy. I'm going to grab a mix of the red and orange shade and really bring it up in between my eyebrows just so it comes up even more. So the camera decided to shut off, so that's fun. Basically what I did, I just took this packer brush into the yellow shade and I just put it around the front of my brows, kind of taking it halfway. So next we're going to move on to green, and for that I'm going to take a mix of this shade in the Morphe 35B palette and then the darker green. Just mixing those two together on my Kat Von D brush and working it in right here where we stopped the yellow and just moving it right where my temple ends. I'm just going to keep building this color up until I get the color that I want. Next, I'm going to take this little packer brush into those green shades and blend it into the yellow that we placed down before above my brow and also underneath my brow. Basically where you would put your brow bone highlight is where we're going to put this shade. And then taking the little brush we put the yellow on with, dipping into the yellow shade and just blending those together. Going back in with the yellow on the slanted side of the Kat Von D brush, I'm going to blend the yellow and the green together. Okay, so next we're going to move on to blue, and for this color, I'm going to take a mix of these two from the Jeffree Star palette, which is Submerge and Splash, just on a fluffy brush, and then just blending it into the green. Next, I'm going to bring the green shade kind of all the way across my forehead, and then take a little bit more of the yellow and blend that together. Next, for the blue shade, I'm going to take a mix of these two from the Morphe 35B palette on a small little brush. None of these have numbers, they're not Morphe brushes, so sorry. And I'm going to start right here, blending it up into my hairline. Kind of mix those two together, going across the forehead. Next, go in with a little bit more of those two green shades and build up that color just a little bit. mix it in with the blue. So for the last shade we're going to place down, it's purple, obviously. Then I'm going to take a mix of these two in the 35B on just a flat brush, because we really want this color to be bam in your face. And I'm just going to start placing that in the middle, kind of taking it out. Basically just placing it on the top half of the forehead and blending it down into the blue. And without tapping any excess off, I'm going to pack on this shade in the middle and into the hairline. Once you get that purple color placed down, just go back in with your blue. Really just blend those two together. I'm going to take a smaller packer brush and go into the darkest purple and really put that in the hairline. Next, I'm going to take a mix of the lightest blue and the lightest purple on this brush and really blend those two shadows together. And doing the same with the blue and the green. Really just blending all these shadows together, making them look nice and seamless. Next, I'm going to go back to the bottom half and go back in with the orange shade. Don't tap off any excess and really pack on that shade so it looks nice and vibrant. Do the exact same thing with the yellow shade. Next, I'm going to take just a clean fluffy brush and some loose powder and blend the red shade just into my skin a little bit. Just make it look more diffused. Alright, after you make sure your colors are all blended together nicely like Picasso, we're going to add some stars. And for the stars, I'm just going to take this Makeup Revolution white matte foundation on just a little tiny artist brush and just go in and place stars everywhere, kind of like freckles. And I think I'm going to add like an actual little star up here. I'm going to let those dry. And while I'm letting those dry, I'm going to add some mascara. I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Okay, now that mascara is on, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of highlight. And for that, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Luster Dust in the shade Strobe Globe. I'm also going to touch up my eyebrows just a little bit because they did get a little messed up when applying the color. When I did this look before, I used the Jeffree Star Liquid Lip in the shade Calabasas, but I used an eyeliner, like just a black eyeliner for this, and I really like it. I really love the way this turned out, and if you guys loved it as well, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you are not already, please subscribe to my channel because it would mean the world to me. Don't forget to hit the little bell button down beside the subscribe button, because then you'll be notified every time I post a video. I will see your beautiful faces in the next one. Peace.